1.
Hey! Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, you have no idea what's going on here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome back to the podcast. We've got our buddy Aiden here filling in as well.
Yep.
Bringing the youth. That's right.
every good company needs an intern, and someone brings coffee, a room with lighting, toys, like actual, not a blank office space. I mean, because here's the thing, the office space has worked for what we needed it to do. Yeah. But I will say, it's time to have a little class, a little color.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Some would say personality.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the fifth man. He'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll bring those things tomorrow.
We're still waiting.
Yeah. He's running late today, so we'll be here. No, so it's been a while. From this video, I know depending on when we post stuff and clips, and because I'll post things kind of spread out. It's been a bit. We've missed almost the entire first round of the playoffs as far as conversation goes.
NHL and NBA.
Yeah, exactly. So where do y'all want to hit up first?
Well, I mean, I'd like to just brag about the both of the Minnesota teams making it to the first round. It's been great, finally.
That's pretty big for y'all.
Right. Shout out to the Wild. First time since 2015 that we make it past the first round.
And even though it was against the Stars, it was kind of in commanding fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Really, ultimately.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to say that we put up like this huge fight.
It was a pretty even series, not gonna lie.
Yeah, but every time it came down to the wire, y'all just
we cleaned it up at the very end. But 2 games going into overtime and double overtime is insane.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah.
I don't watch hockey.
Yeah, no, I was like, I don't either. It's one of those, everyone around me,
Yeah.
everyone around me either really loves hockey or at least will root for the Stars. And I root for them, but I don't pay attention.
Sure.
So the whole time I would kind of look at the score and be like, all right, 2-1, okay.
I was growing up in Minnesota, I developed a good love for hockey.
So. Well, yeah, so cold all the time.
Kind of had to at that point.
Yeah.
I
feel like a lot of people in Dallas because the Stars were really good, early 2010s.
Yeah.
So our generation, you just root for the Stars because they were good. So why not?
Well, even then, you waited to conference finals last year, I think.
And we haven't been bad, but we were we were top.
Especially good then. Yeah. That's true.
And we had some star players everybody loves. So.
Yeah.
I feel like it's on par with all of Texas teams, where it's they're really good. They just can't ever pull the trigger. The one every now and then, a Spurs will or the Mavs.
Right.
Every now and then.
To be fair, the Stars have been decent though, right? I mean, they made it to Western Conference.
Yeah, they always
that's decent, right?
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Yeah, this is the first year in a couple of years that you guys haven't made it past the first round.
I know.
There's crazy thing about it.
So I have a question for y'all. Would you rather have a team that is consistently good, consistently makes it past the first round or two, but never wins the championship, or one that always sucks and never even makes the postseason?
So it has won a championship.
Maybe has won a championship. Yeah, maybe let's say they won a championship and they never go back.
I would rather just win the bad boy. I was the best once. I was as good as I once was, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So we keep
You're asking me if I want to be the Steelers.
Yeah, basically.
That's exactly it.
Or right now the Cowboys.
The Cowboys,
the Cowboys right now.
No.
Yeah, it's because we were coasting on our championships and it's going to be a bit.
Right.
The one good thing is we have a few to hold our hat to if we ever have to. But yeah, I would rather I'd rather have the chill.
Yeah. Because at least you can go hey, we did it.
Good, consistently, to be honest.
Would you?
Yeah.
Because
I'm thinking about it in football terms, right? I'm a Bills fan. Let's go. Josh Allen.
Yeah, you can at least say
they're decently good.
Yeah.
But then I'm a Cowboys fan, obviously, so all I know is tragedy and despair my whole life. So
talk to the Minnesota guy here.
Why do you?
I'll tell you tragedy and despair.
Why do you think I
everybody talks about the 5. I wasn't alive.
That's true. Yeah.
I wasn't even in the womb yet.
You're right. Yeah.
So.
Chase was I was in college.
So guys, first of all, I was forced. You buddy. I was not in college. Okay. I was walking and talking things.
There you go.
All right. No, it's that. Why do you think I'm predominantly a basketball fan? I love football and I love the Cowboys. The problem is at a certain point it gets hard to be disappointed all the time.
Yeah.
It just does. So when they're a good team and they should win and they don't, it almost hurts worse. Because if I'm a Carolina fan. I know they suck. You know what I mean? I know.
You know what to expect.
1 year with Cam, and that's it.
Yeah. I know the crowd. I know it's cheap tickets. I know it's no titles, and I know there's no prospects.
Yep.
So I'm done. So I'm okay. I know this is my fate. But when I'm a Cowboy fan or whatever, then you're bro, I should win.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't. every year.
Carolina just caught a massive stray.
And
they deserve it.
Hey,
you know what?
This year they tried.
But listen,
all right, they tried this year.
The one good thing is all the Carolina podcasts all shut down. So nobody's coming out.
No one's talking
Don't worry about it.
No one knew they almost did it this year because no one cares.
Right.
Their home games are away games. Like now Carolina goes just to roast them. They're like, take $20 for sitting on the side.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. They were the opposite team.
It's still cheaper for me to buy Carolina season tickets, fly in, watch the game, fly out, than to get season tickets to any other team.
Well, that's how it felt about OKC for a few years.
It was.
We talked about it. Where it's like we missed the boat because that was the time.
We were a year and a half early.
Yeah.
If we had done that, we would have season tickets to
Season
Shy
tickets,
and
to
all
the
the
Rise.
fun. Yeah.
And we could see teams we actually care about.
Yeah.
for a dime price.
Dude.
I know.
We should have done it when we talked about it because that was a discussion.
Who's another bad team that's relatively close? Pelicans?
Yeah, Pelicans, you could absolutely get
Can we
Pelicans
do
tickets
season tickets to Pelicans right now?
For sure can.
Yeah,
They're
you
about
could.
75 cents.
Our four-way split, we in?
Yeah.
So we all got to throw in $10 each?
All right, sounds good to me.
Oh, man. So, yeah, let's talk basketball. That's the one that is the biggest tournament going on.
So quite a few teams have already closed out their series. Obviously, OKC swept.
OKC. Spurs.
Gentleman's sweep. Yep.
Look, that's everyone. I expect
And then
OKC
y'all.
first.
Yep, and then we close out in 6.
And then everybody else is game 7.
New York is the only East team right now.
Yeah.
They're the only East team that have made
And
everything
they
else
put
up.
a hurting on them.
Yeah.
Like that was a
Honestly, I didn't even
game.
clock it. It was so bad. It was like practice squad.
Yeah.
Right. It was bad.
Oh, yeah.
I thought my phone was glitching because I kind of was. I looked to see an update and it was like 82-20, and I was like,
second quarter too.
Yeah.
It has to be
I'll pull
like
something
one
up.
of the largest
So-
differentials ever. Right?
Yeah.
I think that's
in the
what they
playoffs?
said.
So
brutal.
I put a bet down. This was like a $5 bet, but I had put to get.
For the Hawks to win?
Yeah, no. So thank God, no. No, for the Knicks to not even to win. I just needed Cat to get over 16 points and Brunson to get 23 points.
Oh, yeah.
They did so well that they subbed them out before they could even get
there. Yeah.
the amount of points. Like Cat and Brunson were out at 12 and 17 points. It was insane. Which I was like, that's fine that I lose it because it's not that they were doing too bad. It's that they were doing too good.
It was the opposite.
It was incredible.
I don't know if many coaches have ever subbed out their starters in the first quarter and be like, guys, just go take a shower.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, it was devastating.
I've never seen anything like that.
It was bad.
Never.
Yeah.
Especially for how good the Hawks played them that series.
I was going to say,
I
the
thought it was
other
going to be at
games.
least
You're right.
like close.
Right.
At least.
Well, honestly, like people roast the East, but I knew every series would be competitive.
Yeah.
Now, I did not expect so many games to be 7.
No,
like
I was,
right.
But I'm
They're all
surprised
playing with their
about
food right now
the
and
Pistons. The Pistons and Magic, where the Pistons have almost gave it up. Like early on, the Magic comes out with a 3-1 lead.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
but
insane.
I mean, think about it was just last night, dude.
Mhm.
Magic went 1 for 20.
Yeah,
14.
and they
were
almost
20
closed
points
it.
up,
Yeah,
like, they were like,
yeah.
oh my gosh, like here's the game.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah.
We'll see you in 7. Yeah.
No, I can't. Orlando, and now what's going to happen is Orlando they're going to bite them and they're going to lose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which they should. Like they should lose to Detroit. Like
Right.
when we first talked about this, we were like, okay, I was nervous about the 76ers in New York. I think second seed this year has it harder than Detroit should, technically.
Right.
Right.
But I'm like, bruh, like I think Celtics prepared for not having Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have Embiid and he's actually doing relatively well. So I think that kind of threw them off their game.
But can you fill me in on that series? Because
So
the 76ers were
Celtics
playing out of their mind apparently.
So Celtics won game 1, 76ers won game 2, right? And the Celtics won game 3 and 4. So they're up 3-1.
Okay.
Game 6, which is fine, you lose one. But game 6 they lost bad, like no one played well.
Mm-hmm.
And then game 5 no one played well. And then game 6 the same thing happened. They went in there and it was like fourth quarter started, they're up by like 3. Celtics are up by 3. You're like, cool. And then fourth quarter started, and they missed everything.
Yeah.
They went like 0 for like 13 or something for the first like 3 minutes.
Is
And
Tatum
so-
hurt again? I thought I heard
So
that was
he kind of tweaked his calf, but everyone's saying he's like, I'm fine. Everyone's saying he's fine. I get nervous for the next round.
It's
I was
probably,
going to say.
it's probably just general soreness
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Given all the ibuprofen and shots that you can get.
I will say though,
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll have to double check, or maybe you may know. They said it wasn't the same leg. So
Oh,
if that's
okay.
true, then I go,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I'm a little
Yeah.
less nervous.
Yeah.
Because if it's not the same leg, then I'm cool.
Yeah.
But we have zero
That would
reason.
be so bad, yeah.
We have zero reason to be 3-3 with 76.
Right.
Like you lose one, cool. And the thing is, you lost 2 games.
I will say the one thing is the 76ers are like a sneaky team. They're like
Yeah,
dysfunctional.
they are.
For sure. It's like a dysfunctional family. But they rally and they have great young players. Tyrese and BJ
Mm-hmm.
are both like honestly going to be the best players on any team they end up on, and they have to play together.
And
then Joel Embiid is still,
he's still a great player. As easy as it is to rag on him, like he still can put up numbers any night.
But for the injuries, he'd be like one of the top 3 players in the league for many years.
But for the injuries.
Well, because
he's as bad as AD with the injuries.
And he still plays back.
But if you look at Boston though, they won the first 3 games with it being like everyone ate. Every player scored. They did something. And then they stopped playing everybody. It's like Shireman wasn't in there. Everyone, like Walsh, he can't score a lot, but he's good at defending. So it's like Pritchard had like 8 points. Like they looked at the last 4 games, and D. White had like only double digits 1 out of the last 4 games. So I'm like, okay, he's not scoring. And Tatum has 20. You can't win with just Tatum.
I think that's the defense scheme. If I'm being honest, like if you're looking at the 76ers, I think their thing is make Tatum beat us completely alone. You're coming back from the injury. That's my bet too. Because it's easier to stop Derek White. It's easier to stop all those other guys. Even Jaylen Brown, you can get under his skin. Jason Tatum, you're gonna have to score 100. Just go.
Well, and the thing is too, like we win games by having a mixed bag of 2s and 3s. And the 2 games or the 3 games we lost, they're chunking the 3s up. They're just chunking them up. I'm like, what?
But that's what you said at the beginning of the season, though. It's like whenever you guys live and die by the 3, if it's not there, you're hosed.
No. And because Mazzulla is very analytical, he's very much like, well, just keep chunking them, you'll make them. And then you're 2 for 50, and you're like, I missed 50 and only made 2?
That happened last year,
right? And then injuries happen, so I don't know. But I held myself accountable by only having 2 Celtics items for this podcast today. As of this recording, it's Game 7. Now, you're very lucky. I was going to wear the shirt, the hat, bring like a whole layer, and just make this a Celtics podcast.
That'll be for later on, in the, if you guys can make it past.
Look, here's the thing. At this point, seeing how we played this series, do I expect us to win the whole thing? Maybe not, but it's also about matchups. You know, like people are now saying Knicks will blow out the Celtics. I don't think so. Because it's competitive. It's different.
Game 7 at home now for you guys? All right, so that should help at least a lot being in Boston.
I told my daughters, I hope you're ready. Because we're putting this Game 1 and this is all y'all are doing. So I hope you're ready. I don't care what you do.
Don't ask for nothing.
Going on. Daddy, there is no dad to hear.
At least 3 hours, but if it goes bad, all night.
Oh no! If it's third quarter, if it's down by 20, if they're down by 20, I'm turning. I don't even care. I'm like, I don't even care. I'm not even worried about a comeback.
So shout out to the Wolves then for a scrappy 6-game series here.
Because that concludes the East side.
So that's the East side.
That's
on the West side.
I don't care.
I
go for Minnesota for him. I go for Spurs because I grew up beating us.
So this next round is going to be weird going in for the Spurs versus the Wolves then. That's going to be it's Spurs versus Wolves.
It's going to be a rough. It's a rough matchup.
So let's talk about the positives first. How we somehow beat
you do
the
a compliment sandwich.
Yes, exactly. Because honestly, it was going to be a rough match even with everybody healthy. Because yes, they had Aaron Gordon out from the get-go. He played 1 game the entire series. Or 2 games maybe, but either way.
He wasn't himself even.
No, he wasn't himself at that point. But, facing a full team was rough. But we managed to make him look pretty embarrassed those first 2 games when we were all healthy.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Even when we lost, it was still a pretty close loss at that point.
Oh, yeah.
But then as soon as DiVincenzo goes out with a torn Achilles.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
It's like they both went out?
Within a couple minutes of each other, too. It was like DiVincenzo in the first quarter, and then was it second quarter, I think?
I think so.
Went out with a hyperextended knee, bone bruise. Oh. I saw the replay once, and I was like, I couldn't watch it. It was so ugly to watch.
He escaped with no major injury. So
The fact that
no ligament damage.
The fact that he could come back in the next series.
So all your hopes and dreams rely on Julius Randle.
Yeah, pretty much. But even then, we didn't even.
I was gonna say he wasn't leading.
That game, Ayo scored up. He went 43 points.
Yeah, he had.
Yeah, so that was we were talking about the record was put out that he was the second highest scoring person ever to come off the bench. And the first was somebody in the 70s.
I was going to say,
for all intents and purposes, he's the highest scoring person coming off of the bench.
Well,
it was nuts to see.
To beat the Nuggets too is nothing to bat.
No, exactly. It's like Jokic, because Jokic was still Jokic, Jamal Murray was still Jamal Murray, but it showed that our defense, like McDaniels, stood up and talked smack and backed it up, where he was like, just go after all of them. They all suck at defending. All right, cool. And he did it. I think he put up. he put up 20 points that game where AO hit 43, and then the next game he had like 15, and then the last game he had like 30 points just to close it out.
But y'all played smart.
Yeah.
If y'all would have forced Julius, like he's gonna take 20 shots against Julius Randle, and he'll take his.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that y'all was like, okay, McDaniels, you obviously have a mismatch, and then your other guy, the younger player, what's his name?
Sharp?
Shannon
Jr., yeah.
Same thing. He's got a similar skill set as McDaniels, where he can just play the matchup, get a little guy on him, and just see what happens.
Yep. And that's what they were doing all the last game, is like they had Murray on the matchup, didn't matter who it was, and they were blowing past him every time.
Right now, Minnesota's having to do in the postseason what Celtics had to do when they started the season,
Yeah.
which is like, okay, your star player's out.
Figure it out
with your team. Like, win with a team. And Minnesota needed to learn how to play with every player.
Mm-hmm.
And they utilized everyone. It didn't matter if you're like, you get in and just like stand in front.
We had 8 players total that last game. Like, we had nobody on the bench to spare. Like,
so like you said, it's a matchup game.
Yeah.
So you played the matchup.
Is Ant coming back?
So it's supposedly it was 4 to 6 weeks at longest. So there's
this
potential.
next series is going to be rough.
He could potentially come in at the end of this series. I think is what the.
Y'all playing the Spurs.
But here's where I'll say I think defensively y'all are on par.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, if they play like they did against Denver, like Wembanyama is going to score like 30 anyway.
Right.
So if you can, then you know that.
So, but the thing is,
have his work cut out.
Yeah, but he's got weight on him though too. Whereas Jokic, he could muscle around Rudy because Jokic is just a monster, like weight wise.
Yeah.
Wemby doesn't have weight on. He has height on him, but I think the way that
what's the height difference?
It's like
Wemby and Rudy.
3 or 4 inches.
4 inches.
For Wemby, yeah.
Dang.
Yeah,
dude, you see the picture of the French national team when they were doing for the Olympics, where Wemby was slouching and Rudy was like on his tippy toes, and they were still like.
Now, I will say this.
Crazy. Yeah.
The one thing is Wemby and Rudy go way back.
Yeah.
On the national team.
Yeah.
Wemby, even at like 16, has been shown to put buckets on Rudy.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all have seen that training footage.
No.
Rudy was his training partner when he was coming up. And there was a point where it was like, yeah, he's just gonna score every time now.
Wow.
Like he figured him out. Like there's a thing. And of course it's king of the court at practice, it's not the same, but at least they know each other, which is good for both of you.
Right.
Like Rudy knows where he's gonna go. Wemby has an idea where he's gonna be. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I think the odds are going to show Spurs to dominate.
Yeah.
But so far,
that's what they had for the Nuggets too. I think everybody had Nuggets to win the series.
A lot of people said it was going to be a gentleman's sweep.
Yeah.
Io, when's he come back?
I think he was just out with a calf injury for that last game. It wasn't anything serious.
I think he's going to be way more important.
Yes. Because
their small guards are so good. Like you got De'Aaron Fox. He's going to be a problem, and you don't want Mike Conley matched up to De'Aaron Fox.
No.
That's
a
problem.
Yeah.
And then you got what's his name? Castle. Castle at 2. McDaniels will be fine.
McDaniels is gonna be. He's solid on defense.
Probably shut him down.
Yeah. If McDaniel, you got to make those matchups. You want Io out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
But I think I would even take this Minnesota. Like, let's say this version of Minnesota was playing Trailblazers. I think Minnesota would have beat them.
Yeah.
So I think
So
I think they have a better shot. So I think it'll be interesting. I think I still think Spurs will take it in like 6. Though.
Yeah, I see Spurs probably going to.
That's the thing. That's like they're just such a tight team.
I do have Spurs going to the finals, but I mean, anything can happen.
Anything can happen. I'm not shocked, dude. I'm telling you, we are a day away from everyone's picks being out. If Celtics lose today, Detroit loses, Cleveland loses.
Especially Detroit, everybody.
Every team that he's supposed to win is going to be gone if they all lose in today or tomorrow.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy? So anything can happen.
On top of that, and just a little bit not off topic, but so the Lakers beat the Rockets, right?
Yeah.
So the Lakers are going to play who now?
OKC.
Oh, never mind.
No, it's going to be OKC on that.
It's going to be OKC. In theory, it should be OKC versus Spurs.
It would be crazy if somehow the Lakers go and beat the
Could you imagine? I don't think so.
Well, because
I doubt it.
If Luka can come back, what's his timeline? Does anybody know?
Best case scenario, they said it would have to be after this series.
After this series.
Yeah, so they would need to beat. They would either need to extend this series to a 7.
Oh my gosh!
Or beat them and go to the conference.
So what's wrong with him? A hamstring of some sort?
I think so. Yeah,
I think it is.
Something. But it was enough that he had to be gone.
He's been out since the end of the season.
He's often got lower body ticky-tack injuries, but he plays physical. He's also way too big to be a point guard.
Right.
Not that you can't be.
He moves like a point guard, but at the cost of
he's got the handle.
Impact.
But man, he takes a lot of abuse.
Yeah.
Also, they always put a big guy on him. Heavy when they jump into you. Like, I don't know.
That's true. No one ever thinks of that. They're like, he's like, guys, I have like 300 pounders knocking me over.
Right.
Like,
that's the difference. It's like,
and he's not Texas Luka anymore. He's skinny Luka.
He's skinny Luka.
Yeah.
Yeah. like you got like De'Aaron Fox jumping on you. It's like, he's 170 pounds.
Hey, we got rid of fat Luka and fat AD. You be proud, all right?
Yeah.
We got rid of those fatties.
Yeah.
I'm so mad that we got rid of Fat AD. I was loving those memes. Because now he's going to get in shape and actually try.
He's not. It's fine. I'm totally okay with it. I called it mid-season.
He's going to coast the rest of his
career. I called it mid-season. We should have traded AD. We should have traded like a lot of people.
It's so funny.
Like Kyrie, I love him, but on our timeline, Kyrie doesn't fit.
Yeah.
So, dude.
We have plenty of time, but when the season's over and we get ready for draft night, we should do a live stream of the draft.
Oh yeah,
because that's gonna be very big for a lot of us.
Yes.
Speaking of draft, have y'all seen the proposal by Adam Silver to change the draft?
Oh, for the different so to prevent tanking.
So to prevent tanking, and this is my layman's terms. I don't know. So the bottom 3 teams of the NBA are now going to be not the best chances for #1 pick.
Mm-hmm.
So you're almost dealing with it feels like relegation. It's like you're in like Hades. Like we don't like so the bottom 3 teams have like a 4% chance. And then the teams that were bad but mid-level, like
a Bulls or something.
Yeah, so the bottom 3 get like a 4%, and then the 4th worst to like the 8th worst get an 8% chance.
Interesting.
If you lose the play-in, which this confuses me, why these people are being punished so bad, 2.7% or something. It's like a 2 point something.
If you lose the play-in?
So
literally, because they look at it like you were almost there.
You were almost there, which is so odd to me.
But they're competing for the playoffs.
So to me, that doesn't make sense.
Oh my gosh, you're almost there.
And I'm gonna make sure.
I would almost reverse that. I would almost give them the 2%.
And then draft playoffs just screwed.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like a 0.0000005% chance if you're in the playoffs. Yeah, that's wild. That's insane.
Yeah. So it would be very, very interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I like it that it guarantees that the bottom 3 don't immediately,
right. And pretty much everybody okay. So no, I got that wrong. They do get a slight. I think they get a 2% bump. Okay. So I think you're right. Something like that. So they get an extra ball in the lottery for competing in the play.
So all right, so get to the threshold of it.
The play.
And if you can't quite make it, here's a little something for you.
But otherwise, most of the odds completely flat, and he's also adding draft picks.
Interesting.
Theoretically, now this hasn't been voted in.
Right, but I like that better than.
I don't want the tanking, so I kind of like the bottom teams figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, because in my eyes, I go even when, let's say, a Washington, right? I know they just traded in theory to have some good players.
Mm-hmm.
They still always suck.
Yeah.
When they're at the bottom and they draft, they still always are terrible.
The Kings have sucked forever.
Yeah.
There's just teams that suck because management sucks, ownership sucks.
Well, it's really all about that team camaraderie there. If you can't get a good attitude in the team, it doesn't matter who you draft, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to bring that mentality to a team that sucks.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Say if where's in a hypothetical situation they got a Kings got a Cooper Flag.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Flag can't go in there with a mentality, but I'm gonna turn this thing around because it's from a top down approach. The team's just terrible.
Yeah, that was back when that was the whole argument when we had what's his face when he came from the Bulls to us and mocked our whole team.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler just mocked because we didn't have a winning mentality at the time. We had Cat and that was it, and even then. Nobody wanted to win.
Yeah.
But now it's the exact opposite.
Well, because you look at the Celtics where it's they won their title, competed for a title, and then got rid of everybody. They did it puzzle pieces. They're okay, we're gonna get rid of these 3. We got these 4. Right. We're gonna draft here.
You could
you're good. We're gonna trade these 2. We're gonna
they were making.
and they did it for 10 years.
Right.
It took
OKC's doing it now.
Yeah, OKC. Yeah, OKC's the first murders.
The fact that they still have a couple high picks this year.
Who's the GM? What's
awesome.
the name of the GM again?
And
OKC. No, OKC. What's his name? He's insane.
He was just doing
Sam
interviews.
Presti?
Sam Presti.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, he's insane.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
There's a couple of those guys,
God.
so Minnesota's GM, who used to be the Nuggets GM, they know how to put a team together. Spurs, OKC, a couple of those guys. I mean, your guys' GM knows how to put a team together.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm gonna. This is kind of a hot take. I think Philadelphia actually does have a good draft history.
Yeah.
Philly does. They just can't win.
No, they
just
can't win.
That's not their front office fault. Like, the front office putting players out there.
That's more like in season unluckiness at that point.
I'm about to say, think about that. I mean, they were one. What was it?
They were one series away.
Quadruple dink.
Yeah.
To going to the
one miss
finals,
from having an overtime that could have taken them.
Yeah.
And I think they would have won that.
And they've had multiple
like
MVP caliber
Oh
players.
yeah, the stars.
And then people just get injured or super fat like James Harden, like whatever.
They got fat, dude. They got party Harden. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst Harden to have. It's when he's like in Vegas,
shout out Philly,
and everything else. Yeah, like I love seeing all those things. No matter what team, if he's on a team, and he's unhappy.
Yeah,
you only see pictures of him in bars. Or strip clubs. That's it.
He's got to bring the vibes up before practice.
Yeah, and I never see him with food. It's always just a stripper, and somehow he gained 55 pounds. And you're like, what the heck happened here?
What about Cleveland? I don't think Cleveland's doing anything.
No, Cleveland. He's happy. He's
no the team, bro. Like
here. Okay, so here,
Harden. You think you're doing anything?
Harden's starting to show his true colors a little bit because he does really well in games 1 and 2 or 3 of the series. And in the last few,
game 7 Harden is the worst.
He only scored 12 this last game.
I will say this. I will say this. To Cleveland's credit, they had a leader in Mitchell.
Yes.
Already.
Yes.
Who is clutch.
Yeah.
Like whether you
100%. And I like Jared Allen, man.
Love Jared Allen. And Mobley's actually really good too. But
healthy too.
Mitchell is a leader and he's a killer.
Yeah.
So, James Harden beat us to 7, and then I'm just giving it to Spider.
Look, Game 7's tomorrow. I'm saying he's scoring 11 points.
Really?
All right.
11 points.
You're taking the under on the money line there.
For Harden, right?
Yeah.
Harden.
Yeah, I got like 40.
Yeah. Because it's a Game 7 in a high pressure. Because I'm not saying they won't win. I'm just saying
he's not the one to do it.
He will not be the centerpiece in that offense.
Every time a game is on line, it's just history. The same thing with Philly never beating Boston.
His best shot was Houston.
Yeah.
His best shot was Houston.
Yeah. I mean, last year, the Clippers, man. Like, it was brutal.
That was
brutal.
Last year was brutal.
That was weird.
That was brutal.
That was
right. Last year, I think they went to like Game 6 or 7, and like the worst part about it, he was playing well that whole series.
Yeah.
And 6 and 7 came, and he just.
Well, in 7.
Like one of us might have gone out there.
Yeah.
Like
I could have scored at least one bucket.
I do. I would have gotten a foul or something.
I would just dribble and steal myself into a player.
And take him off for that.
Sit you at the elbow and hold chuck out one. They're gonna go eventually.
They're like, Chase, why do you keep jumping into players? I want a foul.
I just want a shot.
Yeah, just please. I know I can shoot free throws. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be interesting. The next is it starts tonight.
Yes.
Boston can cross the threshold. Now I go tomorrow with an embarrassment of riches and a good attitude. If they lose tonight, I'm not watching anymore. The next podcast we do, I'll just keep taking your word for it.
We're gonna be recapping for you.
Yeah, like Chase. So what happened was Minnesota won surprisingly, and the Lakers won, and now our finals is Lakers. Like what? All right.
Yeah.
All right. So anything else with basketball and sports talk?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so.
All right, so ready for the topic of the day.
All right,
let's do it.
All right. So, other than the last video, we talked about doing the most influential sports athlete of all time.
Yeah.
And a couple, if you have honorable mentions.
So not necessarily the GOAT.
No, it's not about
who changed the game the most.
Yeah. So
in their respective sports.
Let's go first.
Yeah.
I go first. So, I, to no surprise, pick golf as my guy. Who would have thought? But I think the best argument. Tiger Woods changed the game the most. For, before the 90s, golf was all the stereotype old fuddy-duddies going out in weird pants, hitting, an iron stick and not doing anything. They're all fat old guys.
I love the pants got called out. Like, yeah, pants, you hear that?
Because they're all terrible. The fashion was awful at that point.
Oh, it was.
Because
Jack
all
Nicklaus, he's talking about you.
All of them are ripping cigs. They're just, they're back there. You have,
Hey.
But then Tiger Woods comes in.
People.
He's some young buck out of Stanford and absolutely dominating the game. He's one of the first ones that got truly in shape. He's hitting the ball a mile. And then from there, he's able to, change courses had to quote unquote tiger proof the courses where they made everything longer just to make sure that it was harder for him. I think like Augusta National, they increased it by now, I think almost 1,000 yards from where it was. Originally back from the 90s to now. Because they kept buying more land around Augusta just to throw back the tee boxes even further. Jeez. And then you also have like technology change. He was the first one that really cared about like the way that his irons were, what the shafts were like that. The driver heads, how could he make it go further? Mm-hmm. So he was the one that was like, he was working with his clubs at the time. I think it was Mizuno back in the day. And then into Nike when it was
Was
like,
it really?
Yeah. I believe so. I don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it was like
from grace Mizuno
had. Yeah. I don't quote me on that one, but either way, he was working with his first brand of Nike irons were actually rebranded clubs. Where they just stamped Nike on it because they couldn't quite get the feel that he wanted for it.
Wow.
But he was working with Nike to get his technology.
Because he's got the lifetime sponsorship now from Nike.
Exactly.
He's like the Nike poster club.
Yeah, well,
it was.
It was. But so I think Tiger Woods changed golf the most, even because obviously like you can argue for greatest of all time. You got your Jack Nicklaus's, you got Arnold Palmer, you got all those who were great in their own right.
Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah.
Scottish Shuffler.
Yeah, Scottish Shuffler. Whatever. No. But like I don't think any of them changed the game as much as they were just good at that point in time. Whereas Tiger, from before Tiger, was golf was something to be kind of whatever. Right. It's your old man sport. And then from after Tiger, it was the young man's game.
So that was true about the whole them extending. Yeah. That's honestly probably your biggest thing. Going for it.
So that was
because he was dominant. Yeah. I'm not saying that.
But before Tiger, golf courses were tough, and they just made it like, all right, put a couple bunkers here, hazards here. But then after Tiger Woods, everyone was like, all right, we have to make them longer, specifically because he could outdrive everybody at that point. Yeah. Wow.
Can't argue with that.
And then he met John Daly.
And so that's like John Daly's always funny because Tiger Woods says John Daly is the most he had the most natural talent out of anybody who never practiced.
Hey.
Like
shout out.
Yeah.
My hero, really.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah. I can see that. And honestly, I kind of expected it to be a golf-related one for Marcos.
It kind of had to be. I think everyone has a brand, right?
Yep.
I think it kind of needed to be on brand.
You gotta rep the little guys here. So.
Well, no, I mean that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'll go next, I guess.
Okay.
So, I had a couple different ways to go about this. So, talking about brands, right? I think unfortunately, I have to stick with basketball, and I have to do Michael Jordan. I think I have to.
Yeah.
Because I looked at this from a lot of angles. Because I was looking at like wrestling and like different things like that. Because obviously I choose wrestling a lot. I'm like, you can't argue with him. I'm like, but it has to be Michael Jordan. I think because if you look at basketball, right, it was popular.
Right.
But it was starting to kind of feel lull.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And there was excitement around Michael Jordan. Not even just in Chicago, but the whole sport. And when he came in, took him a couple of years. People forget that it took him a minute to actually become who he was.
Yes.
But once he did it, he changed the shoe game. He changed basketball. He's now a reference point. They're like, oh, he's the Michael Jordan of past years.
True, yeah.
Like, is the yardstick.
He's the yardstick.
Yeah.
And you can take talents like that, the greatest of all time, that kind of stuff, which for this argument is a little different.
Right.
But like he changed so much of mainstream everything that he is the reference to every sport.
That's true.
It's like, who's the Michael Jordan of golf?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
right.
You have players nowadays wanting to be like MJ.
Yeah.
Like Mike.
Shoes were just things you put on your feet.
Right.
Yeah.
He made it cool to wear Nikes.
Right.
They made it cool to have, you need Jordans.
Yeah.
Not just Nike, you need Jordan shoes.
Yeah.
And now everyone wants, the new Durant. Someone gives a shit about Durant. Like, no one wants to put Durant on their feet. Like, you're wearing Jordans on your feet.
You mean my big baller brand shoes?
Yeah.
Wow, there you go.
Now look, and I say that because Tatum came out with some shoes I actually really want. So, but they're not
Durant, KD's Ice and Fires was one of the best shoes ever made. Right?
He's the only one I could think of that catch strays right away.
Yeah.
But my point is every star's like, I can have a signature shoe.
Yeah.
But it's never gonna be. It's because you're trying to be Jordan.
Right.
It doesn't mean your shoe sucks or you don't have a but it's you're trying to be a certain thing.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think there's just never. It just won't be topped. Because like your stats with yours is great. Like he changed a lot. But I think like with him, unfortunately, you can argue like, was it for the better for a lot of the changes for Michael Jordan?
Right.
But it made it like I think he was the first superstar of basketball.
Yeah.
Because there were stars. Oh, Larry Bird's a star. Yeah, but he had a little mustache, little dude.
Right,
He saw on the street and just blend in. It didn't matter.
Kareem,
Like there was talent and stars, but like he's the first superstar.
He was like a global, global icon.
He'd go to China, he would be swarmed.
Yeah.
He went to Germany, he'd be swarmed. Like he was the first person to cross over America.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And so I think that I have to go Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Jordan's
interesting.
Wow.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, mine's pretty similar. I was probably gonna do Michael Jordan.
Yeah, let's go.
But for the younger side of me,
I was gonna say the other generation here.
Oh, you mean Michael B. Jordan, the actor?
Yeah. Right.
That's Creed, right?
The Human Torch.
Yeah, the Human Torch, Creed.
I'll actually, just for the sake of spicing it up, I'm gonna go younger. I'll go Steph Curry, man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He honestly changed the game. Not like Jordan, not in the whole player-based type of thing, but dude, the 3-point nowadays. I mean, you go to a pickup game, you go anywhere, and nobody shoots mid-range anymore. Nobody shoots. Like unless you're not like 6'11", you can't dunk, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's the three is just completely changed nowadays because of him. Yeah. He made it cool to shoot threes. He made the smaller player, like I know he's like 6'4", which is like average people. Like,
for a point guard.
But you're talking like not everybody's 6'4", right?
Yeah.
And that means for us smaller people, we can chuck up the three. Yeah. And pray, and it's just. I mean, that's where I'm going to go. It's the greatest shooter.
And it wasn't just that he did threes. He was doing threes from range and from like with like with double and triple guarded. He was putting it up.
Like it's crazy to me. I mean, even if you look up his stats now, I mean, I don't think anybody's ever going to catch that. No. I just don't think so.
No.
Like, I don't think you're ever going to get a shooter like that ever again.
The craziest stat is you got Ray Allen, Kyle Korver, and Reggie Miller. Y'all seen this stat?
Yeah.
They all reached the 3 record at the time. What was it? It was like 2003.
Something like that. It was pretty quick.
They all did it in like 2,000 or 1,500 games. He did it in like 600.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Well, just so crazy.
I think Ant is the only one who's coming close to it, but even then, he still has to keep up his pace.
That's the thing.
For the rest of his career.
He would have to do it for so long. The consistency.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? And to me, like, I mean, not only Curry, dude. I mean, the agility, not only the shooting, but like the way he.
His ball handles,
movement, the ball hand. I don't think a lot of people talk about his ball handling because obviously it's hard to do that when you're in the same conversation with Kyrie.
That's true.
But then his layup game, his mid-range game, every time he shoots the ball, it's almost a guarantee going in.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anything like that, and that's the reason. Obviously, my number one would probably be Jordan, like overall. Yeah. But just for the sake of going younger generation, my generation, I grew up. It was always Curry.
Because was it 2014 when Golden State won their first one?
Yeah.
Okay, so like you were a kid. You were like a kid. Yeah. So like I remember when that was going on, being like pissed because it was always some variation of LeBron.
Yeah.
I'm like, because Boston always was a contender to an extent.
Right.
But after 08 happened, they didn't win again. 2 years ago.
Right.
So like. But the thing is, I remember being so excited in Curry because like Golden State was actually a threat. Being like. But he did it different, and that made teams have to change. Because I remember, again, then it turned into the dynasty. Where you're like, okay, now they're winning every time. But it was like, you change it enough where every team had to change.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, at that time, I went for LeBron. Like, when I was younger, I wanted LeBron.
Well, he was good watching at that point. Yeah. You were rooting for him up until they got too obnoxious, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was there to witness the 3-1 comeback. I was there for all that. And even the whole... I mean, in my opinion, the greatest LeBron ever is 2018 LeBron, where he just went absolutely crazy. He took a busted little team.
Well, if you look at his record, every team he took was kind of busted.
So I would say,
except for
come on.
Like they had Kyrie and Kevin.
No, they weren't busted, but they only had 3 good players.
But that's always my argument for like why LeBron is always up there with that MJ conversation because he went out of 10 years and 9 straight finals or something like that. Won 4 of them, but like the fact he went there in a row.
Yeah, like, and I think what's even crazier, like, and sorry,
but then Curry with right next to him the whole time.
Well, then Curry wins later on to get that one solidified as pretty much by himself. Yeah. Right, like Clay wasn't really the same. I think Clay was gone. No, Clay was there. Dre was there, but like everybody.
It was
still,
his show.
I feel like Curry was kind of downplayed with the dynasty. Obviously, he was a major part of it, but when you have the Splash Bros, when you have Draymond running the point, right, and you had Sean Livingston at that mid range, right, like that was amazing. But man, him winning against the Celtics later on. It was really cool for him to get that fourth and tie LeBron actually.
Yeah. So guys, there's just a blur on any clips today. Yeah. Because don't forget, I run the clips. All right. So when I post them, I'll edit you out of there.
Yeah, right.
Well, actually, you do the clip, and I post it. I'll get you out of it.
I can do a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll put a halo on you.
Yeah. No, look. To be fair, as even they deserve to lose.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like we were up 2-1, and same in this situation right now. We're up 2-1. What the hell happened?
Yeah.
We lost by chunking threes, thinking our whole team is Steph Curry. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Stop it!
Well, yeah, and then to that point too, it's like everybody now believes that they're the next Steph Curry because they're gonna start chucking up something and hoping it's.
Well, you can't ignore that.
No.
You know?
And players were drafted differently now. Like Trae Young, love him, shout out. All right, on the Wizards. But Trae Young never would have been a thing. He's an undersized guard.
Yep.
Chucking threes. Like, you could make an argument for LaMelo. LaMelo's 6'8".
Right.
Yeah.
All right? LaMelo was getting drafted. Look at Lonzo. Lonzo doesn't shoot threes.
Mm-hmm.
You get drafted. You're 6'8", you're athletic, you play defense, you know what to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got Trae Young. Honestly, even other smaller players that didn't get as successful. The whole draft scheme is like, well, we got drafted this little guy so he can shoot like that.
Right.
So you literally change like the whole industry.
Yeah.
So
Not a bad pick.
I have an honorable mention.
Okay.
Because I went a little bit different direction. But I have an honorable mention from basketball. I'm going to say basketball is Kareem. Because they had to take away dunking for 2 years because he dunked too much.
And he still was dominant for
That's why he created, that's why he became a skyhook guy. Because they literally created a rule that said no more dunking because Kareem Abdul, which at the time was
he wasn't
Lou
even
Alcindor? No. What's his name? No, Lou Alcindor is. What was his name before?
Kareem?
Yeah.
Yeah, his name in college. I think he changed it in college, right? Because they made the rule as he was going in. He wasn't even in the league yet.
Oh, it was Lou Alcindor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was
They changed it before he went into the league, right?
No, he was before he was in the NBA. They changed it in college.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like so, in anticipation of him.
Literally dunking so much, they're like, we just can't have dunking anymore because nobody can stop him. So I think that's a really cool argument.
Mm-hmm.
Another fact is he's the most dominant, but he didn't change the game.
Oh, no, yeah.
Big men been playing like that forever. It's just not
he took every aspect of a big man and amplified it.
Yeah. You know what? That's another one. So there is that. I think that had more to do with zone defense, personally. Similarly, Charles Barkley, they created the 5 seconds to the back to the basket.
Because he would just back everybody down,
You couldn't keep that big butt out of the paint, you know?
It'd take him 15 seconds to get there, but he was getting there.
Ball is
Every possession was like 20 seconds long.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it.
You know, Steve Nash is 7 seconds or less.
Yeah.
He just got started at 7 seconds, alright? He would turn around at the 3-point line and just walk backwards. But my actual pick for most influential, I'm gonna go Muhammad Ali.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay, because he didn't change boxing. Because I don't know that you can change, but he went in a different direction that other people can't do.
Mm-hmm.
He was totally dominant. And I'm gonna say on influence, he had huge social influence.
Yeah.
Because at the time, like, dude, well, for one, he was almost like WWE level on the mic. He was good.
He was a good trash talker.
But he was a trash talker. He had tons of like stuff. Like he said it, and it became a thing.
Yeah.
Also, he would sun every interview that I ever talked to him. I love that. But I went a little bit different direction. I assumed there'd be a lot of basketball and golf.
Mm-hmm.
But for like influence, when I think of somebody who influenced, it's Jordan and Ali are the two that always come in.
Yeah, I would say like Muhammad Ali definitely changed it where boxing was popular, but it wasn't like some sort of like statement to be a boxer.
Yeah.
And then he comes in and with the way that he was opposed to the draft, all of his, changing his name to Muhammad Ali from Cassius Clay, all of his like on the mic stuff, like he was so vocal, he became an icon.
Yeah.
Just from his own actions like outside of the ring. Yeah. And then he also changed the way the defense worked as well with his rope-a-dope and stuff. Mm-hmm. With the way that he shells up his hand. His head movement was unlike anything else. You know.
Well, and people want it. Like it's kind of like Kirk. People want to be like him. It's just there's just not.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like there are some that could probably do it for a little while, but you're just not. It's just
and not for his length of his career too, where he has to sit out and he was in prison for or not allowed to box for a good portion of his prime career, and comes back and still becomes the heavyweight championship of the world.
Well, and the keyword is influential, right? So honestly, you couldn't even. Not only do you do so much for the sport, but like socially wise, you do so much. Too. And that's influential.
That's when I think about influence, it's. I'm not a fan of the sport, but I know this dude because he influenced some that is completely unrelated.
Anybody who's not in boxing knows who Muhammad Ali is.
I think because that's kind of the standard. Everyone knows Steph Curry. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows Michael Jordan. Like everyone knows all these guys, and that's how you know they had some influence. It's like you're not a fan of the sport, and you made it out. You know what I mean? Like. That's not a bad pick.
Yeah, I like that.
So on that note, we had some comments on it. So Ace's High Drummer put John Cena, which I can get because Cena transcended some stuff, and obviously with his Make-A-Wish, his charities, movies, wrestling.
That's really cool. That's his stat for the most
top ever, right?
Yeah, he's the most ever Make-A-Wish.
Shout out John.
Good job, Cena. And I almost actually picked John Cena, but I was like, because even though he's influential, I would argue. The Rock or Stone Cold, like, he could change their sport. I don't think Cena necessarily changed it, but he does a lot of stuff outside of it. Rigo on there also put not Dwayne Johnson. dude, Rigo is so damn funny on TikTok. I need to go check out his stuff, but he has a disdain for The Rock.
Does he really?
He has a running gag for a bit where he would find copies of Pain and Gain and throw that shit.
Oh no,
really? He would either like grab it at Walmart and like hide it behind something, or like throw it into whatever. It's so funny, dude. Or like I do the mystery picks at the end, and he'll be like, not Pain and Gain. That's so funny. And then on YouTube, we have Jackie Robinson from Jumbo_Fish81.
Yeah, Jackie Robinson.
Dude.
Very influential.
When I saw that comment, I almost switched.
Yeah.
I'm like, because that changed
everything.
That changed everything.
Yeah.
There's a whole dedicated day for that.
Everybody
in the league.
It was so good. I wanted it to sit on it. I was like, I don't want to copy. I'm like, I want it to sit on it.
So that's very true though. Yeah.
It's great.
It's a top tier choice.
That's S tier pick right now. Low battery KP8FC put Mike Tyson.
Interesting. That's true.
But I think Mike Tyson has a tough one because it's hard to look past the extracurriculars.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. In an argument, influence doesn't mean positive.
That's
infamous.
That's a negative.
Influential.
But like even just like talking about boxing though, he made it where you didn't have to be a big, tall, lanky dude to be a heavyweight. Yeah. He could just came in. He was the quote unquote little boxer who comes in punching like a freight train. You know.
And I will argue his style has been more replicatable than I think Muhammad Ali's. Not that they can do it like him, nobody can.
No.
But shell up.
Yeah, shell up,
just kind of bob. Now, nobody bobs like he does.
No. Well, he perfected the dodge and go in and punch.
Yeah,
people can perfect the dodge or the counter punch. He perfected to go in, and the way that like all of his like practicing that shuffle in while using all of that weight is
also extremely square,
devastating.
Which always like to me it's like that just doesn't look right. But he's like square when he does it, and everybody else tries to do like this back and forth, like off kilter thing. Yeah, he's just like total square. You just still can't hit me.
Right.
Yeah, not bad picks there, boys.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah. What is our topic for next? I can't remember. I feel like we already had one pre-picked.
We talked. I have another one. I don't know if we have one pre-picked.
Or we had talked about one. Yeah. Maybe.
Well, I have one that we talked about way back when.
Okay.
That we never brought up. What's the greatest walkout song?
Oh, I love.
Sports?
Oh, this is a good one.
So you could do wrestling. You could do baseball. You could do either a walk-up batter or now your pitchers having your closeout songs. What's your greatest walkout song?
Okay. That's a good one. I love that. We have had
that conversation.
Okay, so greatest walkout song. That'd be fun.
Yeah, and not just what could be. Who has the greatest walkout song?
I would argue that conversation is what sparked us to start a podcast.
Yeah.
Because we were like on a golf course or something.
No, we were coming back from the baseball game.
We were coming back from the baseball game, and we were just like talking. And we're like, we should have a podcast because like this is what we need to discuss.
Yeah, that's what that sparked that whole conversation. Yeah. So yeah.
I like that. Yeah, let's do that.
Wow.
Best
I would say let's do top 3.
Yeah, you gotta have
so it's so It's our personal choice, but we think
yes.
would be
Who do you think has the best, top 3 walkout songs?
What would you use? And why is it Stone Cold Steve Austin?
No. I got this.
Okay.
We're moving.
Well,
yeah.
All right, we won't spoil.
We got this, guys.
I would also include, like, for example, how, like, soccer players, soccer, like, they have their themes for, whole teams and stuff. I would argue songs that are also associated with teams as well.
Yeah, so you do it like a school song. Even.
Like, so for example, like
Michigan.
or Enter Sandman for West Virginia, stuff like that. I'm including that type. You don't have to pick it, but I'm including stuff like that where they're associated with that type of.
Oh, I like that.
Don't even need boys. I'll tell you right
now.
You
already know.
I'll tell you right now. No, that'd be a good one.
All right.
But yeah. So guys, thanks for listening, and look out for stuff on socials. I post clips for engagement, for fan comments. We'll get you shout outs.
Yeah.
So I try to post them on all 3 platforms. Instagram's the only one where I try to keep it more like behind the scenes. Like I'll take some stuff here, but YouTube and TikTok will be the ones you can comment the most. So.
Absolutely. Yep. And let us know who you think is going to make it all the way for NBA and NHL playoffs. Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, boys.
I'm gonna make an extra. If they lose tonight, I'm gonna be posting that right there.
It's worth the risk.
And I'm clowning it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Like that.
All right.
You should.
Let it be known, he's putting it all right there.
Guys, we'll see you in the finals.
Get your money, man. Life goes on. I'm hopeful. Yes, I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it. Let it take you away.
I didn't say I'd see the Celtics in the finals.
Yeah.
I just said I would see you.
And on that bombshell, peace.